My name is Michael Oni. Now, last week on the platform, we hosted Barrister Onyebuchi Memanka, the Chief Press Secretary to Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, on the controversy surrounding the appointment of Professor Mkpa as the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission as the chairman. As the chairman of that commission, and the position of the opposition parties who have expressed doubt at the neutrality of the appointee. Now, let's remind you of what transpired in that program.
There are very clear methods of appointing. I just said that at one other radio station.
Okay.
There are two steps or two sides involved in the appointment of the chairman of the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission.
Okay.
By law, the governor, in his wisdom, chooses a person he feels can do this job. The governor has done that. But that is not enough. The nomination has to go to the House of Assembly. That is where you have a platform for debate, platform for criticism, platform for whatever opposition you want. Okay? That is the epicenter of democracy, of participatory democracy. Now, the governor has sent his nomination to the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly invited the nominee, put him on the hot seat like you are putting me now, for 5 hours, drilling him, asking him questions, all sorts of questions about his qualification, his neutrality, his suitability for the job. And at the end of the day, the House of Assembly, including APGA members, including APC members, unanimously confirmed the nomination of Professor Mkpa. And some people are busy writing watery, badly written press statements. What sense?
There is an allegation of partisanship.
Which allegation? Why didn't they channel it through their members?
The appointee,
through their members in the House of Assembly.
The appointee served as a member of the Campaign Advisory Committee before the governor.
The word is advisory.
Apart from other positions he held in government, as SSG, as commissioner. Does this not bother you, CPS?
It doesn't bother me. I know Professor Mkpa very well, and I know he has confirmed it himself that he's not a member of the PDP. Somebody like Professor Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, is she a member of the PDP? If she's nominated today to serve as chairman of INEC, and you say she's not qualified because she was a minister under a PDP government, I'm asking you.
The opposition are also raising some questions.
The opposition will always raise questions.
Do you need to be a card-carrying member of a party before?
How else do you prove membership?
Party?
How else? So because I love Flow FM, I can walk into Flow FM anyhow, without having. I can just walk. Anybody can walk into Flow FM and start operating the equipment without being a staff.
CPS, you served as the you were in charge of the media.
Absolutely, that's
right. That was last week on the platform right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Last week, Friday, to be precise. Well, as we speak, Professor Mkpa has assumed duties with a promise to be fair to all.
Appropriate words that could adequately capture the profundity of my appreciation that you consider me capable, worthy of undertaking this state assignment. I am greatly humbled by this, and on behalf of my entire family, I want to thank you and this great administration. I want to assure you, sir, that I've taken note of the charge. My commissioners and I will be fair to all and sundry. Luckily, I belong to no political party, and therefore I shall be fair to all concerned. Before long, we shall propose for your kind approval the dates for the local government elections and all other tasks that belong to our commission to execute. We are united, we are friendly, we are diligent, and we assure Abians that we shall not disappoint you. We assure you that we're going to conduct the freest and the fairest local government election in the history of Abia State. We say this in the hope and trust that God will continue to be our guide. On that note, sir, God bless Abia State, God bless all of us, God bless APSEC.
The All Progressives Congress and the All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state initially threatened serious action against the government if the appointment was not reversed. However, on the platform this morning, we want to know if they are still holding their ground on that. In that regard, Ferdinand Ekioma, media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, and a member of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, joins me this morning on the platform. Good morning to you, Ferdinand.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning.
Glad to have you join us. All Progressives Congress Publicity Secretary Benedict Godson will join through the phone later. Now, Ferdinand, I will begin with you on the program this morning. Very serious issue. Your party threatens to go to court if the appointment is not reversed. Are you still going to court?
Well, our party would once again review the situation and make their position very public.
Okay.
In the first place, I am not holding brief for the party here. I am not the state publicity secretary and I'm not the state chairman. So for now, the party, of course, through the press release, had earlier made their position very clear. Now that the government has gone on to inaugurate Professor Mkpa as the APSEC chairman, the party will once again look at the whole thing and take the necessary action, which whatever they think is in the best interest of the people, that is what the party is going to do.
We did not feel the opposition of the appointment from your members in the House of Assembly during his screening by the lawmakers. This was pointed out by the CPS last week when he appeared on this show. He said that it looks like your party is not united or having a united front on the selection of Professor Mkpa as the chairman of the commission.
First, we did state very clearly in our press release that the opposition to the appointment of Professor Mkpa is not personal. Okay. It has nothing to do with his personality, it has nothing to do with his qualification as a person, and it has nothing to do with wherever he comes from.
So what then is the problem?
His partisanship, as clearly stated in that press release. So on the question of lack of unity or whatever in concerning Abga House of Assembly members, we never and do not intend to take this thing from party point of view. Even the press release we issued as a political party was not aimed at actualizing or achieving any selfish interest for Abga. It is aimed at protecting the interest of millions of Abians. It is aimed at upholding our institution.
Okay.
And people must understand it from that point of view. So nobody should attempt to personalize this thing. Nobody has anything. The party, let me know, say nobody. The party does not have anything personal against Professor Mkpa. Now, Abia State House of Assembly is one. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you have PDP, APC, or Abga members. Yes. After the election, the House of Assembly becomes one. So we are disappointed in Abia State House of Assembly, and of course we condemned the action in the release.
One will be asking if a very big issue like partisanship being raised against the chairman of an independent commission,
yes,
it should have been raised on the floor during the screening.
That's also you and I understand the situation in Nigeria, including Abia State. We know what is obtainable in many state legislative houses. Very unhealthy development, where most House of Assemblies have become state House of Assembly have become the appendage of the state government, the executive. Is an embarrassment. For example, you and I are seeing what is unfolding at the National Assembly, the Senate, concerning the approval for the borrowing. Those in the southeast are completely opposed to the lopsidedness of the allocation, because people believe that the southeast was not captured in the arrangement for the borrowing, when they know in the end they will be part of the repayments. Now you are not going to single out maybe will I say PDP members or senators from southeast for condemnation. You have to view this from the point of view that the National Assembly or the Senate Sebode has not done what it should do. Because once you're elected, once elections are over, you are expected to protect the interests of the people, not on party basis. It doesn't take away the fact that you are representing a particular political party. So what we are saying here is that the Abia State House of Assembly failed the people, because I'm sure they must have listened to the opposition, to the views. It was very loud from different quarters this man is very, very partisan. He was fully involved in party politics.
Okay, if you are raising allegation of partisanship against someone, you must have proof. What are your proofs?
We have statements.
Statements?
Yes, and which we can make available, where Professor Mkpa was talking. For example, we told you that he was part of the campaign council, the campaign advisory council for Dr. Kezi Ikpeazu's re-election.
Is it oral statement now or written statement?
Written statements, as recorded by media houses. Okay, where he was talking, we have evidence. We didn't just come up with unnecessary conjectures, to pass our message across. We are telling you what transpired during the campaigns before the election 2019. That's what we are talking about here. So we told you that he was part of the campaign advisory council, and that was strictly not for governance, not for the development of Abia State. It's not as if he was part of an advisory council charged with the responsibility of reviewing certain things that border on governance. It was strictly on the re-election of Governor Kezi Ikpeazu. And we also told you that he openly campaigned for the PDP and Dr. Kezi Ikpeazu. At a point, he even went to the extent of making reference to the inglorious era of OCC Kanko, and was just using that to a kind of trying to instill fear in the people, remind them on the need to vote for Dr. Kezi Ikpeazu, so that what happened then will not repeat itself. So we didn't expect it takes only somebody who is very, very partisan to go to that extent. So what we are saying is this. Yes, just like you did point out, Professor Mkpa has already been sworn in, as the chairman of APSEC. We are not fighting anybody. We are just trying to uphold our institution. The only problem we have in this part of the world is this: when an appointment, when an issue seems to favor you, you forget that in the future, that thing you think favored you today could haunt you, could turn against you tomorrow. Because what Dr. Kezi Ikpeazu has done is to set a precedent. So when somebody comes tomorrow, somebody can decide to take a member to ask maybe a state chairman of his party to resign and make him an APSEC chairman. That is not how it should be. So we are talking about our institution, upholding of our institution in the interest of everybody. And we did say that we've had a former vice chancellor in the person of Professor Emejiwe as an APSEC chairman. Nobody opposed his appointment because he wasn't seen to be partisan. We equally had Justice Akomas, who just left, recently, who was the immediate past chairman of APSEC. Nobody challenged his appointment because prior to his appointment, he wasn't seen to be partisan. Even though during the last local government election, which APGA took part, we saw some of the things he did that were very, very political. But that was when he was already the chairman of APSEC. So if he had done those things, he had shown through his body language that he was going to be partisan, of course we would have challenged his position. For example, during that, let me recall what transpired during that period.
Okay.
They said that the submission of list of candidates that were going to take part in that local government election was going to end on the 31st day of October. That was I think 2016 or so, when the last local government election took place. That 2016 or 2017. So we, APGA, waited. We went to them because even the party, most of the political parties, weren't done with their, bringing in submission of the arrangement of the list of their candidates after the primaries. We went to APSEC and asked them whether there was going to be an extension. They said no, the deadline must be that 31st of October. We hurriedly, there were even some people whose names were also, we hurriedly went on the night of that 31st and submitted the list from APGA, only for APSEC to wake up very early in the morning and issue an announcement saying that the deadline for submission had been extended. We knew what they were doing. It was a trap for APGA. If we had not submitted on that night, they would have told us, because of course they were working hand in glove with the state government. They would have just told us that the deadline has closed, that PDP has submitted, because they wanted to go into that election only with PDP. So that's the situation you see here, and it's very sad, because these people are not doing us. They are destroying the institution, and that is what we are trying to stop. That even though we know that when the time comes, Professor Mkpa will be political. You understand? The governor will be in charge. The state government will be in charge. PDP will be in charge. Okay, but at least somebody does not need to be seen to be clearly
just a moment. These allegations of partisanship, you're proving now. As it stands, I put a question across to the publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party, whom you are alleging that is a member of, or is partisanship belongs to, the People's Democratic Party. But Lady Lovett Ezema answered and said partisanship should be based on being a card-carrying member of a political party. And as it stands, Professor Mkpa is not a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party.
You see, they were actually trying to play smart war on us, because they know that even if he were, which many people believe,
and that
people knew,
he has never been registered at his word.
We know it will be very easy for them, because we do not belong to the political party, but everybody knows who is who belongs where, and we know that it will be easy for them to even hide the register, the party register. The way, of course, we will not be able to lay our hands on the register. So, but that is not where we are going. That is why we didn't want to dwell on him being a card-carrying member of the party. But we have told you things that amount to partisanship, and that is why I challenge anybody to make reference to whether in any of the states or at the national level where somebody that was that openly partisan have been appointed. We've had a situation where people challenge similar developments, and the governments involved retreated. So unfortunately, the woman in question you're making reference to, is it a policy secretary, assistant policy secretary? She wasn't interested in responding to the posters we raised, because we made reference to specific.
There is a press
she resorted
release.
to.
There is a press release.
We saw it. So what she did was personal,
very
reckless, personal attack. You can read it, and that wasn't the tone we used in issuing our own release. So the thing was too pedestrian. Nobody will even imagine that the thing actually came from a political party. But if we wanted to join issues with her in that direction, I think she will be the one to take to her heels. You understand? Because what she was talking, for example, she resorted to personal attack against the state chairman of APGA, accusing her of all sorts of things, telling us how he was a elected local government chairman, how he was appointed by TOG. But let me use this opportunity. Let me just use just a minute to talk about that.
Just a moment. We will get to that point in the program. Let's not go into that.
Okay.
It's been said that the issues in your party doesn't warrant a formidable. We do not have a formidable opposition in Abia State. A lot has been said about that, coming from the state government side and also from the People's Democratic Party, which is the ruling party here in Abia State. And it's also been said that the opposition that we have in Abia State is a toxic one. I don't know how you want to react to that.
Where lies the toxicity there? When you discuss issues,
it's been said you discuss issues, but you don't discuss it in a constructive way. So many things have been raised in so many quarters,
and we've continued to defeat them with verifiable facts.
Facts like,
you understand? For example, when we talk about roads, just like when we talked about Fox Road, we came up with issues to substantiate our position, our critical position against what happened there. I remember last year, or just about a few weeks or thereabout before the election, we came here and told you about what the government had claimed to be building the Osisoma flyover at the cost of 5 billion naira. That was the release. That was what they had said before. And on that basis, we told them that this cost is very outrageous. I remember my senior friend, the Commissioner for Information, John Okiyikalu, came here, and you people confronted him with that question. He said that wasn't the cost. He asked him, what is the cost? He ran away. He said he will come back. Commissioner for after being Commissioner for Information for more than 2 years,
you won't say he ran away.
He said he
doesn't have the exact amount at that spot.
That puts question mark to the defense he has been putting up. There's no way you can be defending what you don't know. So we expected a commissioner for information to be at home with the figure, with the cost of such strategic project. So that is some of the things one will say. This government does not believe in offering answers. They do not believe in giving answers to questions.
It's also been said that the reason ABGA is coming with some of the issues on ground now is that your party is yet to recover from the defeat, the last governorship election. These are some of the things raised by the people. I'm sure you must have seen them. Some of the press releases
there is something we must avoid.
Okay.
The time for politicking has gone. Elections are over. Not minding the questions surrounding what transpired in the election. We do not want to perpetually dwell on the issues of election. And we know them. They throw up these jabs for purpose of distraction, so that we could abandon those real issues, those critical issues that are being debated, that are being discussed. When we talk about pension, payment of pension, you say we've not recovered from election loss. Which election loss? Even the people know you. They know who is popular. They know who is acceptable. They know who is capable, who has the capacity to offer responsible governance. So they should stop using election to disrupt people. When we ask you questions, critical questions, in the most responsible way. As far as we do not indulge in unnecessary, act of condemnation or defamation, we don't indulge in defamation. We try to discuss issues. And when we ask you questions, stop showing unnecessary arrogance. Stop exhibiting this ownership entitlement in your responses as if the state belongs to you. We are all stakeholders. It's our state. And the resources then belong to all of us. So when we ask you questions, be humble enough to respond to those critical questions. Don't always think you can use this thing to distract and deceive people. We are asking you questions that border on governance. So stop telling us we've not recovered from this. It doesn't make any sense. So that we want them to deal with issues. And when we say pay pension, now I just heard yesterday. The Commission for Finance was saying that the pension arrears, is about 21 billion. That's what we're saying. Now, when this government came on board, we humbly issued a release and asked them questions about the liabilities, the arrears that were being left behind for Governor Mkpa. We offered pieces of advice. We made suggestions on how the government should go, in spite of our disapproval on the way of emergence of this particular government. But we still humbly asked questions. They refused to respond to any of the things, only for them to start coming up with questionable figures about what they inherited and all that sort of. We said, but we asked two questions. You don't need to run governments like a secret court. You need to be open in telling the people what's on card.
All right, it is still the platform right here on Flow 94.9 FM Wednesday edition, and of course the guest has been Ferdinand Ekeoma, media aide to Dr. Alex Otti, and a member of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, and we've been talking about governance in Abia State, especially as the appointment of the chairman for Abia State Independent Electoral Commission, Professor Mkpa is concerned. That has generated a whole lot of controversy, especially from the opposition side, talking about the All Progressives Grand Alliance and also All Progressives Congress. We're still expecting APC Publicity Secretary Benedict Godson to join us. We're expecting to get the connection to get across to him on the phone. Now, let's get back to the issue here, Ferdinand. Are you scared of local government election? Is your party scared of local government election?
Why should we be scared? In the first place, it wasn't even only ABGA that asked questions, that asked the government not to go ahead with the appointment of Professor Mkpa, because I know that is the basis for this. It wasn't only ABGA. APC challenged it. What we have, the information, the facts we have, they also have.
The information out there by the PDP is that your party is scared of the local government election because your party is not on ground. And it's also been said that there are crises in your party. That's why we're having issues like this.
You have crisis in every political party. You have crisis in every political party, including the PDP. You can see the problem ravaging them everywhere. both at the state and at the national level. They've got issues. Political parties, almost all the political parties, including the ruling party. So that is not the basis. Who are they even going to feed? The party, you knew the basis for the election of leaders in a democratic setting is performance. Has the government performed? The government hasn't performed well. So why should anybody actually be afraid of them? In a free and fair contest, would PDP win any election in Abia? Going by the record, the very sad record they have here. We have 17 local governments. Let me take you to my own. I'm from the local government. Let me take you to our local government headquarters. Everywhere has been overtaken by weeds. Why? Where does the allocation? We get up to 170, 180 million every month. My local government, the local government. About South gets about 200 and sometimes 250, 260. About North gets 200, 210, 190. Go there, you go to Abasa local government headquarters. You see everywhere is decay, everywhere is smelling. Why? Where do the monies go to? Where do the funds go to? They are being diverted on a monthly basis.
Now, do you have evidence of the diversion?
In the absence of good governance, in the absence of infrastructure, basic infrastructure, in your failure to pay local government workers, there is no other excuse, there is no other explanation to give except the fact that the resources have been diverted. It's a very simple thing. So when you talk about being afraid, who is afraid of you? You've not performed. Ordinary local government headquarters are in a state of deterioration. Infrastructures there are decayed, and workers are not being paid. So what are you doing with the money? Because every month you receive allocations.
Being afraid of the local government election is that, according to PDP now, I'm quoting, that your party is not on ground. Your party is not on ground. That's according to what the PDP is saying now in the state. That's where you're coming. You're coming
let
with.
me tell you, they should just do the right thing. Just do the right thing.
Okay.
Forget the other political parties not being on ground. That will even give you the platform, the hitch-free platform, opportunity to win.
That your party is not grassrooted enough. So
PDP is a grassroots political party. But PDP is a political party that is completely disconnected. In Abia, I'm talking about Abia State. You understand? Because there is no blanket condemnation for the PDP. We know some states where PDP is performing very stellarly. They're doing very well. That's a fact. So we are not indulging on any blanket condemnation. Even Abga is no saint. Okay? You have representatives in Abga that did well. You have people who are not doing well and will never do well. These things are up to them. So it's not it's not a political party issue. It's all about when you have the right philosophy, the right leaders everywhere, because political parties make mistakes. There are people who will come, hoodwink you, you think they are sincere, and when they win, they disappear. So we are not dwelling on a political party. We want, yes, PDP is in charge in Abia State. We want PDP to do well. That's what we want.
All right, interesting. Let's head straight to the phone lines. Let's get reactions from our listener. 0808-182-6949. 0811-605-2949. You can also drop messages on 0906-510-8289. It is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning to your guest.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, it's Alvan. I'm calling you from Bend.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's quite obvious that your guest is not saying the truth. He seems to be in the mood of a campaign. But we know very well here in Abia State that Abga is in crisis. You know, they have a Hemere and I don't know the Kemokoro good. The people in the House of Assembly, just like what the Chief Secretary said, they were part of the screening and they unanimously, screened the APSEC chairman, and they were very, very much satisfied with his response, and they cleared him. So whatever the other faction, we've known Abga as a crisis, even during the election. You see Chikudenti throwing bombs at election TV, and they will continue to fight themselves without doing anything. It's
All right,
obvious.
quickly wrap up your thoughts, please. Quickly wrap up your
Do we
thoughts.
have any APGA office in Pende? The answer is no. And
Okay.
he don't even know what is going on in the local government headquarters.
Thank you, Alvan. Your time is up. Thank you very much.
It's
Now, that's the same issue I raised a couple of minutes ago about the crisis in your party, which has been raised by the People's Democratic Party too.
The person that called in, well, we are used to them. You understand? They do it on all radio stations.
No.
I'm
Let's
coming.
let's attack the issue.
When we talk about governance and we decide to talk about politics, you end up making mockery of yourself. That's the truth. Because you're talking about APGA. If APC, what would you be saying? If the APC person was here, APGA called the same request APGA made, or the same request APC made, and it has nothing to do with campaigns. It has nothing to do with election. The question is, why did APGA not protest all the appointments that Dr. Mkpa has made so far? Why did APGA not protest the appointments of previous APSEC chairmen? So when you try to politicize these things, it's just very ridiculous. That is the type of state, because people have been hoodwinked here, people have been brainwashed and made to understand.
Let's get more reactions from our listener. Let's get more reactions. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Ferdinand Ekoma.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Owakwechi Debere, representing from Operating in Bende, LGA.
You're welcome.
Thank you. My brother Ferdinand Ekoma, yes, I've been able to listen to you on all your arguments as regards to Mkpa's appointment. Let us not forget that he has already been sworn in. That's number one. Number two is this. Do you have anybody to replace Mkpa? The answer is no. Do you sorry, Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you have any evidence of this particular allegation leveled against him? Mind you that the only thing that makes someone a member of a political party is when the person is a card carrier member of that particular political party, and also is he registered at the ward level. And with the little knowledge I've been able to gather as regards to Mkpa's personality, he's not a card-carrying member of any political party. That's number one. Neither in his word, whether he has been registered there or not, he is not. Now, the question again is this. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala,
quickly wrap up your thought to Wakwechi Debere.
Was once a minister of finance in this country. In South Africa, where she has been appointed now, is she a member of a political party there? My brother, the truth is this. I see APGA as a party that is very, very afraid of this local government election. You people should allow what
let's allow
thank you.
Thank you
When we talk about partisanship is not on the basis of you having been appointed by the government. Okay? When you say yes, Prof. Sampo being a former SSG is not the basis for our accusation of partisanship. It's not. That is not the basis at all. Because we know a medical doctor can be picked from nowhere to come and become an SSG. That does not make him partisan. And there are people who have been appointed who do not belong to political parties. So his former appointment as SSG and former commissioner is not the basis for our allegation of partisanship. We have told you where he belonged. The Campaign Advisory Council for the re-election of Dr. Mkpa. So we told you we have him on record when he was campaigning for the PDP and Dr. Mkpa. So, and we did also tell you the things he said,
okay.
which were
let's
very,
get
very
more
political. So that is the basis
Ferdinand.
for the accusation of partisanship. It's very simple.
Hello,
Don't
good
divert our
morning to
attention
you.
from the
We
facts.
lost that. Hello, good morning
The
to
basis
you.
of what we-
Good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Ojemba.
All right, you're welcome. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Omari.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What the Ferdinand is saying is in order. My question to him is this. What is the reaction of those people in the House representing the various political parties, representing APC and the APGA? They don't say anything against the government. They are the people who expect that they should be saying this thing Ferdinand is saying here now. So that they doesn't look at it Ferdinand is doing politics or campaigning. But the people in the House, 5 of them, they seem not to say anything. They agree with
whatever policy government, that has to run political party. This type of opposition should be running. That's why the PDP is seeing them as having no opposition in Abia State. I'm disappointed. This is what they did in 2015. The people that were representing in the house, they could not say anything policy that the present government is doing. They won't criticize it. They concur with it.
All right, wrap up your thoughts, please.
I'm disappointed.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. You see, I just made reference to what happened in the Senate. What happened today? You saw distinguished Senator Enya Paribe challenge the Senate over the lopsidedness in the allocation of projects, allocation of funds for the proposed borrowing. Should anybody, in real sense, dispute what Senator Paribe stated? So you do not need to be a PDP member to agree with what he was saying as far as that particular issue is concerned. So it's a very simple thing. People must view this thing purely from the angle of governance. The guy was asking if we have anybody to be appointed. We're not saying we should bring somebody for the governor to appoint. He has 1,000,001 people out there that are qualified for such positions.
Later on the program, I will
give you an example because I need the House of Assembly.
In 30 seconds, please.
In 1999, between 1999 and 2003, we had, I think, 18 PDP House of Assembly members, and we had 6 APP members. I still have full knowledge of what transpired between that 1999 and 2003. The House of Assembly stood up to the governor. They confronted former Governor Jisokal. They challenged him on many occasions. He came up with obnoxious policies, which the people were opposed to.
Okay.
For example,
we need to go back to the phone lines now. But I would like to take you on the kind of personality you will have wanted to head the commission. Maybe the characteristics and the kind of personality you would have wanted to head that commission. Let's get more reactions from our listener. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm Pastor Sam Atumboko, the one in Afaruku, who's in your office.
You're welcome, Pastor.
On the issue today, please, I would like to appeal that words like parties not on ground are not really edifying, neither is it profitable to Abian. What we need is to concentrate on the government doing the right thing to prepare us for the election. The masses, the voters are on ground, and the parties are here. The moment you call the election, you will see them manifest. But emphasizing on faction and crisis and attachment in opposition parties tend to issue an indication of who is sponsoring such crisis. Because when you see a man talking about problem in another family, amplifying such problems so much, you are free to suspect that he may be sponsoring or fueling such problems. So let the government remove attention from whatever
all right. Quickly wrap
problem
up your thoughts,
that any party is having. Let them concentrate on governance. We are not happy.
All right.
For more than 20
your time is up, Pastor.
I'm concluding, sir.
Quickly,
Hello?
In a second, please.
We have been tenants in government house for more than 27 years. And the way our government media agency announces the ruling government, the ruling party at the expense of others is not good.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Pastor. Let's move on to the next caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Manuel. Better as a question, but calling from Mumbai here.
You're welcome.
Good morning to you once again.
You're welcome.
Okay. Mr. Ferdinand, I pray that God will continue to sustain you. You are really speaking the minds of people. They are really speaking. Don't mind all this sacrifice that they call it into.
No. Don't address any of our callers, please. It's very important. Just state your opinion.
What I'm saying is this. That man, Professor Mkpa, he's a PDP man. You don't even need a prophet to tell you that he's a PDP man. Federal is saying that based on political appointment, we are still based on political appointment for the fact that they have worked under the government. for several years now, under several positions. That man is the PDP now for crying out loud. If Jimmy Buhari tomorrow decides to appoint Fashola or decides to appoint Gije as the next chairman, I'm very sure that the PDP will not be happy at the national level. They will never be happy. They will say that the Fashola is an APC man. Why would Buhari appoint Fashola to be a next chairman? The second is what you are saying here. Does it mean that you don't have any other capable hand that can handle that apart from Pago? But is that what they are trying to tell us? So please, anyway, what I'm saying is I'm an APC member, and by the grace of God, APC will do well. Even APGA will do well.
All right. Your time is up. You're already campaigning for a party. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
My name is
Can you change your location so that we can have a better reception, please?
Can you hear me very well?
Okay, let's go.
My name is
I'm sorry, I have to let you go. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Chima.
Okay, welcome, Chima.
Yeah, President, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
I take what second to the last caller told you. Please, just take these two messages. Yeah, Nibo man. Abaraka na Azala. Ejiji Ganako Yaji. Explain that in tomato. Abaraka na Azala. Ejiji Ganako Yaji. Because we are begging you people. Go and put your houses in order. You know where to go. We have suffered in this place so much. We suffered. Please, go and put your house in order. Come 2023. The table will see. Please. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you. We lost that. Keep your calls coming and also your reactions on our SMS line 0906-510-8289. Now, back to you. What kind of personality would you have wanted to be named or to head the commission, Abia State Independent Electoral Commission?
A person that is non-partisan. This is just very simple. We never even had interest on whoever the governor was going to appoint.
Okay.
After all, nobody is even interested in the APSEC thing because even the federal government is not favorably disposed to it because we know it is not helping our democracy. It is not helping development at the rural areas. And that is why everybody is saying that INEC, just like it was done in 1998-1999, when INEC conducted the election that brought the LGA chairman then that served for 4 years into power. So we are saying the whole thing should go back to INEC. We are not interested. We weren't interested in whoever the governor was going to appoint. But when we saw that he appointed somebody that is partisan, that was even what arose our, attention, our interest, and that led to the demand we are making. So he can appoint anybody as far as that person is not partisan. Simple. Nobody is dictating for governor, and nobody should dictate for him on who to appoint. It's a very simple thing, because you have to put yourself in his shoes. You can't dictate for him on who to appoint, but he should not appoint somebody that is partisan, at least so that the people will not even, the spirit of those who are going to participate in the election will not even, prior to the election, dampened.
All right. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
Welcome.
Good morning, Ferdinand.
Good morning, sir.
I think the issue Ferdinand is raising is very straight. My name is Mado. I'm calling from Mkpa.
You're welcome.
The issue he is raising is very simple. The word partisan is simple. A strong supporter of a party, or a strong supporter of a cause, or strong supporter of a person. If you want to view the thing alternatively, you can also be talking about someone who is prejudiced in favor of a particular cause. He has made his point very straight. He says, if they are not interested in who the governor appoints, they are not questioning the credentials or the profile of the person of Professor Mkpa. That their worry is that he has had cause to be appointed on the advisory council, party political campaign advisory council of the governor previously. Morally, that disqualifies that appointment to this very non-partiality position he occupies. It's a very sound and simple thing. Let's take parochialism as this and all these.
All right. Thank you very much. Your time is up. Thank you. Let's quickly run through the messages on the SMS line because of our time this morning. Good morning, Mike Oni. The appointment of Mkpa is good. We need God to lead us right. Only Him can save us from. Okay. Otunta Douglas from Isukwato. This one says, if truly we want things to move forward, we should keep party apart and work as one brother in Abia. Let us keep politics apart and stand on brotherhood. Aiku Mezurike. This one says, morning moderator. Abia State ABGA is lacking in political ideology, challenging the appointment. And what transpired at the House of Assembly was unanimous and the consensus of all lawmakers across political divides. Comrade Emeka Amugo, Old Umahia Ward. This one says Abia workers are suffering over the non-payment of outstanding arrears of 2018 and 2019 annual leave allowances. Comrade Oko from Umahia. Keep your messages coming and keep your calls coming. Let's see if we can do one for the road before we wrap up things here. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
You're welcome. You have 30 seconds, please.
Good morning, Mr. Ferdinand.
Morning, sir.
I'm Mr. Mado Edward, aka Editor-in-Chief / Iron Pillar. This morning. Please, I want to know how many governments in this country that has already never playing partisans. If you come to terms of APC now, you could see that all people that in ministers is APC. You see that this one that Peter Side has lost now. The man appointed again by Mr. President is also his own person.
All right.
I believe that let's forget about excuse of partisans. We can convince Professor Mkpa.
Okay, thank you. Our time is up, please.
Not to be criticizing him.
Thank you very much. Our time is up. Ferdinand, our time is up. Let's wrap up things here.
I'd said that we really do not intend to personalize these issues so that people will not think anybody has anything against anybody. Okay? All over the world, an electoral body is never headed by somebody that is viewed as having interest in the government,
all right,
or in the political party that's in power. So it's a very simple thing. All we are asking for in Abia is good governance. We want things to be properly done. We want our institutions to be upheld and respected.
Ferdinand Ekeoma, a member of the All Progressive Grand Alliance and also media aide to Dr. Alex Otti. Thank you very much for being part of the program this morning, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, many thanks to the producer, Samson Eze. My name is Michael Oni. The program returns on Friday when we bring up another issue as it affected their nation, Nigeria, and also as it affected their state, Abia State. Do enjoy the rest of your day.